Good morning for Thursday's English. We are going to really focus on these pages here, and we are going to especially focus on a chart that you have seen before, but we're going to focus on that because today is all about the correct spellings of the past tense. I know the last couple days it's been kind of simple because we've really just been focusing on this one where you simply add ed. It's not always that easy. You have to remember these rules, and I really think both the chart on your worksheet is going to be great to follow, and the chart on page 106 and 107 is going to be really great to follow, because in a case like this, there are some verbs that already end in E. So when they do that, you don't add a second E, you just simply add a D, right? So it looks like that. I think if you put L-I-K-E-E-D, you kind of look at that and say, that doesn't look right. And you're right, it's not. You just add a D if it already ends in E. You went through this yesterday. Now there's another rule. If it ends with a vowel in Y, you just add ED. But notice this is talked about with a consonant in Y. Then you change the Y to I and add ED, right? Just like this here, carried, and this here, studied. Now, here's a tricky one. We got to understand here with this. Sometimes you double the consonant and then add ed, or double the last letter. Like N, you double it and add ed, or P, you double it and add ed. And again, the reason is that because if you just add ed, that would be planed, not planned, or stoked and not stopped. You might remember when you add that E there, that silent E going back to a spelling unit, you change this here, you change it from a short vowel sound to a long vowel sound. Well, we can't have that. It's got to keep the short vowel sound. And so the way to kind of counteract that is to double the last consonant or double the last letter, right? So it's again planned and stopped. Now, your assignment, sorry about that, is dealing with all of these spellings. There is a lot of them. Notice this one here already ends in E, so you just add a D. This one here ends with a consonant in Y, so you change the Y to I and add ED. And this is the exact example of where you got double the last letter and add ED. Because if you just add ED, that would be hoped. That's not the word. The word is hop, so it has to be hopped. Here it would be traped. Well, it's not traped, it's trapped. Okay, so that's why you got double the last consonant, then add ed. Every single one of these has the ending underlined for a very specific reason. Look back up here at the chart and look at which one. Oh, if it already ends in E, here's a rule, I just add D. If it ends in consonant in Y, here's a rule, change the Y to I and add ed. If it's got this kind of vowel and consonant underline, that's this rule here where you double the last letter and add ed. That is your assignment all the way through. This is one we're going to kind of focus on a little bit tomorrow as well. But you need to write the correct past tense verb here. These are all present. You need to write past. I should see an ed in every last one of them at the end. But the tricky part here for this assignment is spelling. Use the charts both in the book and on this worksheet. And have a wonderful day as you praise your Savior.